I'm not sure if episodes is the right word, but I like it, so we'll go with that. Here at My Sister's Keeper, we are empowering you to discover your value and to master the art of never settling. We don't ever want to settle. And so for the month of July, we have been all about freedom. And so today we're going to talk about a sensitive topic. So if this may be may bring up some emotions, it may trigger some things, but something that's been really near and dear to me, and I've been talking about it in my post on last week, was dealing with shame, dealing with guilt, and specifically, I was having a conversation with my little sister, and we were talking about what happens in this house stays in this house, and those words have brought so much bondage to so many women and even men, because I know that some men watch this as well, but it has brought such bondage and such shame and such guilt because what has happened in our houses sometimes have caused secrecy, have caused a shame, have been in places of judgment in ourselves where we're not free, where we have been bound. When you have been talking specifically, when we talk about what happens in this house stays in this house, it's talking about a violation sometimes. And from my own personal experience, when we are violated, there is such shame that comes upon us because we may feel dirty, we may feel not worthy, we may feel less than, especially if we don't have a parent to protect us, or who we felt should have protected us, or who we felt should have known something or should have done something. And so that guilt is now on us. Sometimes even when we are violated, our bodies have physical responses that now we feel the shame and the guilt and we feel the dirtiness because why is my body having a physical reaction to me being violated? And so I want to tell you that you need to let go of that shame, let go of that guilt, and know and understand that this wasn't your fault. I don't care if you were 3, 7, 14, 25, 50. If you've been violated by another individual, especially sexually, or even, when we talk about even if you've been in an abusive relationship, you have been violated. It was not your fault. And so to continue to live in that prison of what could I have done? I lived with that for so long of what could I have done differently? What should I have done differently? Should I have spoken up sooner? Should I have not, what was I thinking? What was going through my head? How come I wasn't stronger? How come I wasn't, all these things play in our minds. And so they begin to affect our relationships. They affect our lives. They affect the way that we interact with the world. When you're dealing with shame, when you're dealing with guilt, when you're dealing with that judgment and that secrecy, it makes you want to hide. And so in order for you to become authentic, in order for you to be free and to be who you are, you have got to release that shame, that guilt. Shame on that person who victimized you. Shame on that person who did those horrible things to you. Shame on them, not shame on you. So you've got to forgive yourself, number one. And when I say that, not saying that it's your fault, but forgive yourself as in forgiving your body for reacting. That was something that I lived with as well, as I was so angry with me. And I had to stop being angry with me because it was not something that I purposed and set out to do. So I had to let go of the anger of my body betraying me. I had to let go of the anger of even just thinking that I should have done something different. I should have said something, or I should have thought some kind of way. Like I had to let go of all those things. And number two, I had to talk to somebody. It's important that you speak with a therapist or a counselor or someone close to you. But I'm telling you, It's amazing how much freedom you receive from just saying it out loud, that I was molested, or that I was raped, or I was in an abusive relationship. Whatever it is that has been trying to hold you and hold your mouth, hold you silent, because that silence keeps you trapped. But just saying it to a trusted friend, hey, this happened to me, it begins to open up truth. But I want to let you know, for my sisters, my brothers out there who are just like, oh, it happened, it's in the past, I don't want to deal with it, I don't have to deal with it. Trust me, it's dealing with you. You may not want to deal with it, but it's dealing with you. And the way that you interact with the world, your relationships, even with yourself, how you view yourself. Think about patterns of relationships that you've been in, patterns in jobs that you may have been in. When you're in that place of shame and guilt and judgment on yourself, you're in a place of instability. Your emotions, you're not stable there. Everything becomes out of balance until you bring yourself into that balance, because truth is now your portion. Let truth be your portion. It's okay. I'm telling you, it's okay. And more than that, I'm telling you that it feels so good to be free. And I want that for you. I want you to be free. Free of the guilt, free of the shame, free of the judgment, the questions that keep going on in your head. I want you to be free. Love you guys so much. I know this topic was not as lighthearted, but it's just been really, really deep and resonating in my spirit to just say to those of you who are thriving, because you're no longer survivors. You are thriving now. You're not victims. You want to thrive in your life. And in order to do that, you've got to be free. So if you need help, go to a counselor, go to a therapist, reach out to us. Our information is in the comments section. It's also on the screen. Subscribe, join us, be a part of our community where we can support you and we can walk with you as you thrive in your life and as you discover your value and as you master the art of never settling again. Love you guys. Be free.